whenever I fight, usually my coach runs in and picks me up. It's happened. Jack Mason's used to do it. Robbie's done it. Chael's done it. This time I thought I'd pick Robbie up. I picked him up and thought, he's going to get a slam. So it was a spur of the moment thing when he was right up in the air. 6'6" is not a nice height to drop from. So.
How does it feel to get the win? Did it go how you envisioned it to go?
Not quite. Matt's, I expect him to bull rush me, try and take me to the ground. I knew he'd been working stand-up because I'd been hearing some things. And he came out strong. He's a very, very tough dude. I hit him very hard, and he didn't even look like it worried him. He caught me with a few. To be honest, I felt a bit sluggish to start with. Felt quite slow. My jab was a little bit off. And then when he hit me, and the crowd went, whoa, I thought, right, I need to pick it up. And my coaches was yelling at me. So then I came alive and got the win.
It looked like we were going to be on our way to a British whitewash until you got that win.
Never when I'm on the card. Never when I'm on the card.
Well, does it make it that much more special to you? Obviously, it's the O2 Arena. It's in London. This is the card that you've been waiting to fight on, and you've got that knockout win. So how does that feel?
Feels amazing. I saw my cousins out there, my family, my auntie's here, my whole family is here to support me. It's at the O2. We were walking around the O2 yesterday after the weigh-ins and thinking, this place is somewhere special. This is now going to be a memory of mine for the rest of my life. I got what I wanted. I told you I was going to get a knockout. It was with a head kick. And I'll tell you now, no lie, I have not hit pads. I've not kicked a pad in about 14 weeks. So don't know where that come from. I have no idea. All I've done is box, 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 box. We didn't want to throw kicks because of the takedown aspect of the game or whatever. But when I got in there, I just went, whomp. So, I'm very, very happy.
You predicted the uppercut, and it seems like it might have been one of the shots that actually dropped him in order to get the knee. When you finally hit it and maybe you felt the connection, did you think yes?
The connection I felt when I thought yes, obviously the head kick I saw him with her, but I had to have Andrew Craig twice, so I had to make sure I finished the job pretty well, is a shot, again, I've been working with my boxing coach, a right hand to the body, round the back of the ribs, and I threw that with intention, and that's the one I felt like it's over. To be honest, after that punch, I can't remember what I threw. I'll have to watch it back because I don't know what dropped it. I don't know what the finishing punch was. Oh, that's beautiful. That's even better. Another one of my weapons. I like that. How
do you feel about his level of striking? Like you said, he started off pretty well, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think he believed in his striking because he hit me, but he didn't fully commit to it. If he had fully committed to those punches, I could have been out. He caught me, but I wouldn't say I was rocked or hurt. I just went boom and carried on. If he'd fully have committed and believed in himself that he could knock me out, he would have, but he didn't believe he could.
When I spoke to Matt earlier on in the week, he said that he had everything to gain and nothing to lose. Said all the pressure was going to be on Luke, and it looks like that you dealt with that pressure, quite well.
There was no pressure. It was a big occasion, but I'm built for big occasions. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. So I always go back to this metaphor that Chael Sonnen said on The Ultimate Fighter. If you lay a plank of wood on the floor and you walk across it, and then someone puts two 10-foot ladders up and tells you to walk across the same piece of wood, what's the difference? The action is exactly the same as what you do. The event and the people watching is different. So just because I'm fighting in front of 20,000 people and millions watching around the world doesn't mean that this is any different, So I deal with that pressure very well, I feel, and I think that's one of the reasons I win fights.
It seems like the jab really was kind of the turning point. He mentioned it himself just now that the moment that you sort of established your jab, you started having problems. What did it feel like for you when you sort of realised that you had established it?
That's great to hear because that's exactly what my boxing coach said over there. He said as soon as you established that jab, he was done. And I felt one jab where he stepped towards me and I just stood my ground and threw a heavy jab, and he was like, I don't really want this anymore, And that's when he started kind of shooting, kind of doing some crazy things and not really doing much, So yeah, I'm 6'6" middleweight. My jab's always going to be my best weapon. I work it every single day, and it still needs to get a hell of a lot better. I still got a lot to learn.
Well, Luke, you're undefeated. You're on this amazing run now. Both
3-0, baby. That's the 6th ever middleweight to go 3-0 in the UFC. Just so you know.
Well, there you go. How do you feel about the momentum? And obviously, what we all like to know now is who would you like to fight next?
Well, the momentum's great. I feel like it's all moving in the right direction. I felt like there was nothing that could stop me from winning tonight. I really felt that way. To be honest, I felt like this has already been done. I felt like it's already happened and I'm just walking through it because all the hard work's been finished. As for who I'd like next, I haven't really got anyone dead and set in mind. In the division, no one's really sticking out at the moment. But like I've said to you guys before, I'd like to be the face of UK MMA. I'd like to represent the UK, and I think the best way to do that, which is a bit crazy, but is for me to coach tough. I think for us to have a UK tough, UK versus UK, you know, anyone who's out there, or it could be me versus someone else, I think I have the best personality, the best guy in England to coach an Ultimate Fighter season.
Well, there's lots of rumours about a new tough series here in Europe, potentially England versus Ireland. So does that obviously interest you? And if so, who would you like to coach against?
I couldn't name you an Irish middleweight right now off the top of my head. I've not heard that rumour, you know, but if it's going to be England versus Ireland, there's only one man who's going to get the job, and that's Conor McGregor. And I'm not a featherweight, so you know. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully they just do a full UK season, you know, and they can let Irish guys, you know, because everyone considers Ireland UK, even though it's not. And I know I've already been slated for saying that, and I know it's not, but the Americans consider us the same.
Well, going back to an opponent, would it be sensible to say that you would like to fight a ranked opponent as your next fight? Would you like to fight a top 15 guy?
Listen, like I said, I'm not afraid to call anyone out. If I've got someone in mind, I will say who that is. Right now, I have no one in mind. You know, the UFC is moving at such a rate; it's so quick. There's so many fights going on. I really don't know what's happening right now. You know, I'm not going to set this up to Dana. I just don't know. I just haven't got a guy in my mind. If I did, I would tell you. But yes, I think finishing Andrew Craig, Mats Nilsson's never been finished. You know, the second opponent I've fought in a row who's never been finished, and I've finished them both. That guy, Mats Nilsson, in the first round. You know, they're going to give me someone. I know they're going to give me someone. I'm prepared for someone. You know, they've announced a lot of EMEA cards recently, and I'd like to fight on one of those. You know, I really like the sound of Berlin, but it's pretty soon. But I would love to fight in Berlin. I think that'd be an amazing experience. But I'm game for anything. I'm ready. I just want to let me know.
Dublin after that last comment?
I don't think I'd go down very well in Dublin. No, you know, we go to Dublin a lot. You know, there's a lot of the shows over there. A lot of my teammates have fought over there, so it's not really. I'm not really that excited about fighting there. You know, not because of the city or the town or anything. Just, you know, I've been there. You know, Berlin, I've never fought there. You know, my teammates are fighting in a couple of weeks in Copenhagen. I'd love to fight there. You know, places like that. It's. I just want new experiences. Singapore, Abu Dhabi, those sort of places. They're the sort of places I want to fight.
What's the turnaround? What's the time scale? When are you going to get back in the octagon?
Well, they just told me I could in 7 days. So whenever, you know, literally I will fight whenever. I'll take time off. I need to improve some skills. I'm going to go train, you know, gather some skills. But if they told me I was fighting in 2 weeks, I'd fight in 2 weeks. If they told me I was fighting in 6 months, I'd fight in 6 months. I'm really, like I said, I'm 25 years old and I'm 3-0 in the UFC. You know, I can take my time.
How was the weight cut without Mike Dolce on this occasion?
You know, Mike Dolce is invaluable to have with you, but I've cut weight with him 5 times now, including the Ultimate Fighter. So, you know, he was on the end of the phone. He was emailing me back and forth if I had any problem. My team know his system perfectly. You know, had a lot of help. I cut quite a lot of weight, like I always do. I was definitely a lot bigger than Mats Nilsson. I think you saw that today, and I felt great. You know, I was close with the weight. I was very, very close. I left it to the last second, but I did it perfectly.
Does it make a difference fighting here in the O2 Arena on the prelim? Because, for example, if you may have been fighting on a card in Vegas, we've seen on numerous occasions that the arenas just aren't full during the prelims. So we've seen the O2 Arena completely packed right from the very first fight.
100%. You know, I love fighting. I fought in Vegas. I loved it, but there's no feeling like fighting in England, especially in London. That was the loudest, like I said, that was the loudest room I've ever been in my life. Walking out, I was a little bit afraid, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, whew, it's pretty loud. And obviously I like to get the crowd involved. I love the crowd being loud. I really enjoy it, and you know, it meant a lot,
You did some punditry for us during the week. What was the reaction like on Twitter?
Mixed. It was a mixed reaction, you know. I said some things about some people, and we're about to find out how they get on. How have my I don't know how I'm doing so far on predictions.
Check it out.
I have to check it out as well. But, you know, I was having a bit of fun, bit of personality and enjoying myself. You know, you sprung it on me last minute, never interviewed me before, decided to get me to do some crazy punditry or something, you know, but I'll do whatever you say. Cool? We all good?
Thanks a lot, Luke.
Thank you, really appreciate it.